everyone! So the most commented thing was to do a contouring tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one for you. I like to do a light contour, stay-at-home mom. So when I wear this, I want to be able to wear it like everywhere and not have it look too dramatic, but at the same time, help bring out the features in my face that I like most. So first what I have is the NYX contouring palette in the color light because I'm kind of fair skinned during the winter. So it has concealer, correcting, and contouring creams that are really, really soft, and I like it a lot, and it's budget friendly. So we're going to get started with that. I'm just using the brush from my Hard Candy palette. I didn't really like this one too much. It was just too sticky and it didn't really blend well, but the brush is really, really nice. It just came with the pack, but I like the brush a lot. So let's get started. First, you're going to want to make sure that you've cleaned your face, moisturized if you need to, and then just don't be afraid to jump right in and get started. So the first thing I do is I like to take this salmon color right here and put that under my eyes because it helps correct and hide the dark circles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I like to go in a upside down kind of triangle fashion, and then I bring it out up onto my cheekbone because it just helps hide it even better and also will help with the highlighting that you're going to do as well. So go ahead and get this. And don't worry about it being perfect because you're just essentially going to blend it up and in. So that is what I do. And then for that I just use this small part of the brush, and then for blending you're going to use this side of the brush or whatever tool you have that you like most, like a beauty blender, or maybe you just have a different brush that you like. Doesn't really matter as long as you are able to blend. And so you just gently make sure that you're covering all of the areas that you need to. And it does look scary at first, but like I always say, is if you don't like how it turns out, just wipe your face off. Okay, so now that I've got this pretty good blended in, I'm going to go in and conceal and hide some of my little blemishes because I've been having a horrible breakout this winter and it's not been very kind to me. So you would just conceal everything that you don't want to maybe accidentally peek through your foundation. Because personally I like to do my contouring and then put my foundation over top of that. So again, just softly blending it in. And now we're going to move on to the contour color. So you would go with the dark one that's at least, people say like 2 or 3 shades darker than you, but I kind of like it to show through my foundation a little bit more, so I do go darker than most people would, but it all blends out pretty nice. So what you're going to want to do is feel on your cheekbone and your jawbone, and you want to feel right where it dips in at the very top of your cheekbone, and so you would start there. Mine is here, and I like to start up a little bit higher so that it doesn't just start out of nowhere. So once you find that, you're just going to follow it down. I have a round face, so I like to make this little like triangle shape, and that helps bring my roundness in, like tuck it a little bit better. So you get that on there. And like I said, I like to blend it up a little bit more so that it doesn't just start out of nowhere. And then go ahead and do the other side. And when you're contouring, one of the major things that I found that will mess you up is if you turn your face like this, because you can't make sure that it's somewhat, even with the other side. So once again, you just feel for that spot and then follow it down and try your best to look straight on, so that way you can make sure that one cheek isn't going to look higher than the other. So find the spot right there and follow it down. And if you mess up, then just wipe it off and start again. The best thing about makeup is it's not permanent, and you can have fun with it. And maybe you'll find a different way of contouring that works best for you. So then I go back with some more dark color and like do up here just a little bit, just to set it back, because another thing with contouring is that everywhere that you put something dark is something that you're trying to like tuck in or bring back, and everywhere that you would put the light color is where you're wanting to bring forward and emphasize. So get that in there. And if you have a small forehead, then you wouldn't really put a lot of like the bronzer or darker contouring powder or cream. You wouldn't want a lot of it because it would just make your forehead look smaller, and you would be wanting to make it look larger or somewhat bigger. And then you come down again with this dark color just on the side of your nose, and that just helps to elongate your nose or make it look thinner if you have a really wide nose. Mine's not too bad, so then you do this little line across here just so that it doesn't look like it's all one random, almost creepy, I don't know, it just looks weird. So then after you get that, you're going to come down the tip of your nose and do a little triangle. Okay, and then also, if you're like me and you have somewhat of a double chin, I found that just contouring some of this darker contour cream onto your chin, but you don't want to go too far back, but it helps hide it a little bit more because it looks more like a shadow. And then after you clean your brush off, you go back in with a lighter color, and I like to use the lightest color. And you take that and you just want to go everywhere that you want to highlight or emphasize, and you just down the bridge of your nose, tip of your nose, and I like to do right in here because I'm Native American, so I like to think that I have really nice cheekbones. So you would just put the highlight cream, a lot of people don't like doing their chin, but I do because it helps hide my double chin a little bit better. And I like that a lot. So you don't have to, go crazy and cover your whole face. Like I said, I go for a lighter contour, something that looks more natural. And I like to do my Cupid's bow because it helps my lips just look a little bit more symmetrical. I have a scar here, and it can get a little bit weird sometimes and wonky when I go to put on my lipstick. So now that I look like this and I look creepy, I'm going to start blending. And I like to start with my forehead, that way I can bring it down and work it in better. And this part, it could take a long time, it could take a short amount of time. It just all depends on how heavy you want your contour, or how noticeable you want it. And mine, like I said, I try to do something natural, something everyday. Plus I'm going to be putting my, my foundation, sorry, mommy brain, over top of all of this. And I've learned for myself that kind of going in like a circular motion helps to blend it all in so you don't get such harsh lines. This part is always a little bit tricky for me because you really want to make sure that you don't get the dark contour overlapping your highlight down the middle of your nose, because then it just really looks weird. So now I'm just going to finish contouring, or blending, sorry, out the side here. And be careful, because I've done this more than once, but when you're blending in the contour on the sides of your face, try your best to keep it going back instead of bringing it more forward, because then it'll just ruin your entire contour. So just finish blending it out and try your best to kind of blend these edges so that they don't look so harsh. And I always get this awkward spot over here because I have fine little baby hairs, and so I try to blend it down and back towards my ear more so it doesn't look so just like out of nowhere. So you know how people get orange face and they look like Oompa Loompas, or look like they're wearing a mask, and I just really try my best to avoid that. Okay, so this side is all pretty much blended to the best of my abilities, and you can kind of see it. Like I said, I try to go for a more natural approach. So I just finished blending this out. Don't forget about this one. And this is probably one of the most time-consuming parts of putting on my makeup. I almost feel like Dory in my head. Just keep repeating, just keep blending and keep blending. And I may need to add a little bit more in my center here, just because the edges are still pretty dark and I would like it to look even and not look like I have a random arrow on my face. So just pop in a little bit more. Use this little brush to help blend it in some more too. And finish it up. Alright, now I feel like that looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation. For my blush, I've been using W7's Cheeky Trio. It's got bronzer, blush, and highlight in it. I'm not a big fan of the highlight. You don't really notice it at all. It's almost just like a setting powder. But the blush is really nice because you can go as light or as dark as you want, and same thing with the bronzer. So I like to start out with my blush brush, and I take a little bit of the bronzer, not too much, and I just kind of lightly go over the area that I contoured just to set it and still have it show a tad bit, but not too much. And don't be afraid to go a little bit higher with it, since you are going to be wearing blush, so that will help bring it out. So now I'm gonna put on some blush, and I like to make a fish face and go and I just start really light and work up from there, because you can always add more, but you can never take it away. And recently I've been following Bunny from Graveyard Girl on YouTube, and I like that she goes a bit higher with her blush, and I found for myself that I like to go like just a little bit up more. I just like how it looks. So now that I've got some blush on, I'm just gonna blend it in a bit better. Go a little bit more. And it's always best when you're doing this kind of makeup with your contour, and really any makeup in general, if you try and find the most natural lighted place in your house. And for me, it's in my bathroom because the window just happens to be perfectly right up next to my mirror. And now I am going to do the highlight. So with the Hard Candy Look Pro Ultimate Contour and Sculpt Kit, I really love the highlight that's in it. It's a powder, and I should mention that the kit that I got is medium to deep, so that's all that they had at my store. I'm not sure if you could go to their website and maybe find your perfect match there, but you just put it on the brush that's in the kit with it, and you go like right above your blush and just blend it in. And I do like to bring it up and around to kind of help that angle in my face. And it's really subtle. It's more of like a bronzy gold type highlight. Another company that I really like but I have yet to order from is ColourPop, and they have some really great highlighting colors and some bronzers that I'm sure would be amazing, and they're also really affordable. So I'm just going to finish up this highlight, and you also want to, go over everywhere that you highlighted with the cream as well, and straight down your nose, and get your chin, and Cupid's bow, and then you are done. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video and learned a little something, or maybe were able to work out any kinks that you had. And if you have any questions, just comment below. Let me know, and I will try my best to help you out to the best of my knowledge, because I am not a professional. I just do this because I enjoy it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed as well. And don't forget that you can subscribe to me, like, share, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram and Twitter links will be below. So have a great day.